Hello and welcome all on my YouTube channel JNS Basic Zoology. So student, from today we will discuss about some respiratory organs. These respiratory organs are related to the vertebrate respiratory organs. So we are now starting by the first respiratory organ, gill. We know that these gills are present, particularly found in the aquatic organisms. When we consider the vertebrates, there is having a group which is called as fishes. In the fishes, there is having a respiratory organ as a gill. A respiratory organ means the organ which is useful for the respiration purpose, or the organ by which the respiration of the organism takes place. That organ is called as respiratory organ. When we consider the gill, these gills are basically present in the aquatic organisms, but when we focus on the fishes, particularly they are having two groups of fish, that is bony fish and cartilaginous fish. So in case of bony fish, they are having 4 pairs of gills on either side of the head region. But in case of cartilaginous fish, they are having 5 pairs of gills. In case of bony fish, the gills are covered by a plate, cartilaginous plate, that is called as operculum. That is, the gills are protected by a plate which is called as operculum, which is particularly found in case of bony fish. But in case of cartilaginous fish, these gills are uncovered. Basically, they are having two groups, main groups of the fishes. One is called as bony fish and another one is a type which is called as cartilaginous fish. In the bony fish, they are having 4 pairs of gills, and these gills are protected by a covering of the operculum. But in case of cartilaginous fish, these gills are remain uncovered and having 5 pairs. These gill filaments are provided with blood vessels because the exchange of the carbon dioxide and oxygen takes place in these gills. So they are having number of blood vessels connected with the gills. That is, they are having numerous blood vessels which is having the connection with the gill filaments, where the exchange of the gases takes place. As the blood passes over the gill, the exchange of gases takes place. That is, at the time of bathing of the gills by the water, the oxygen which is dissolved in the water can be taken by blood capillaries of the gill filaments, and carbon dioxide is given up, or the carbon dioxide is removed from the body by the outgoing water. So at the time of incoming water, whenever this fish can take the water, there is having oxygen that can be taken by the capillaries which is having the connection with the gill filaments, and at the same time carbon dioxide is removed from the body by the outgoing water. These fishes use the mouth floor to keep gill covered with fresh supply of water constantly. The mouth cavity also take part in respiration process. In case of fishes, the respiration can be takes place with the help of the mouth floor, that can be open and closed rhythmically, due to which the water is taken into the body, and the water is taken into the body with the help of this open mouth, and whenever the mouth is closed, the water flows towards the gills, which is removed from the body. During respiration, water taken into the mouth passes through the internal gill slits by bathing the gills, or the gill lamellae passes out of the external gill slits. So what happens actually at the time of respiration in case of fish, the water is taken by the mouth, and that water then the bathing of the gills takes place with the help of that water, and that water then removed from the body by the external gill slits. This process can be takes place continuously in the case of fish. When we see the structure of a typical gill, there is having a supportive rod-like structure which is called as visceral arch or gill arch. This type of visceral arch or gill arch is found to the inner side or the pharyngeal border of each gill septum, having such a type of supportive cartilaginous visceral arch or gill arch with its slender branchial rays. So branchial ray and cartilaginous visceral arch or gill arch can protect the gill or support the gill. The mucous membrane of the septum is raised into numerous horizontal leaf-like folds that is called as gill lamellae. Here is the correct word, gill lamellae, not amellae. So on the either side of the gill, there is having the mucous membrane of septum, leaf-like folds that is called as gill lamellae. That gill lamellae having two areas, anterior gill lamellae which is found towards the anterior side, and posterior gill lamellae towards the posterior side of the gill chamber, anterior gill lamellae and posterior gill lamellae. These are two gill lamellae is found in a typical fish. So these gill lamellae, when we see these gill lamellae, we can found that the posterior gill lamellae is longer than that of the anterior gill lamellae. The anterior gill lamellae are shorter compared to the posterior gill lamellae. When both these gill lamellae are present, that is, when both set of gill lamellae are present, that gill is called as complete gill. That gill is called as complete gill, or also called as hollow branch. Complete gill or hollow branch. When both the gill lamellae are present, that gill is called as complete gill or hollow branch. Whenever only one gill lamella is present, which is called as half gill or demi branch or hemi branch, or also called as incomplete gill. When only one gill lamella is present, that is called as demi branch. That condition is called as demi branch or hemi branch or incomplete gill. Then the interbranchial septa is extend well beyond their gill lamellae to form flap which protect the gills as well as external gill slits. So here one of the structure which is found in between the two gill lamellae, and that is called as interbranchial septa. This interbranchial septa also take part at the time of respiration. at the time of inspiration, this flap or the septa closes the external gill slits. So such type of a elongated, extended interbranchial septa is found in between the two gill lamellae. Then some remaining structures which is found in case of gill. Here is having some structure like afferent branchial artery and efferent branchial artery. Afferent branchial arteries are the blood vessels. Afferent branchial artery is one of the major blood vessel by which blood comes into the gill region. That is having a name afferent. Afferent means towards, that is towards gill. And efferent branchial artery is having a pair. There is having an anterior efferent branchial artery and posterior efferent branchial artery. Efferent means away from. So the anterior efferent branchial artery and posterior efferent branchial artery, with the help of these two branchial arteries, the blood which becomes oxygenated can be then goes towards the body. So there is having this afferent branchial artery, efferent branchial arteries, these are the blood vessels. They are also having supportive structure that is called as epibranchial cartilage, and there are having two nerves which is having the connection of the gill, pre-traumatic nerve and post-traumatic nerve. Pre-traumatic nerves and post-traumatic nerves, these are the branches of the blood vessel 9 and 10th. 9 and 10th cranial nerves having the branches pre-traumatic and post-traumatic nerves. And these pre-traumatic and post-traumatic nerves can innervate the gill portion in case of fish. So these information about typical gill which is found in elasmobranchs or cartilaginous fish. When we see the arrangement of the gills in bony fish and cartilaginous fish, we can found some difference. That is, in case of bony fish, the gills are arranged one above the other, like the pages of the book, and then again this can be protected by a plate, and that plate is called as operculum. That is, the gill arrangement in case of bony fish is one above the other, but in case of cartilaginous fish, these gills are arranged like this in a range. So this is the particular difference of the gill arrangement of the gills is found in these two groups of the fish. So this is the information about the respiratory organ gill. So thank you once again for watching this video.